Well, folks, it looks like the moment we have all been waiting for is finally here. We've all been sitting by patiently waiting for Jay-Z to be dragged into all of this Diddy stuff. And now Jay-Z has officially been dragged all the way in because now he's being accused of R-wording a 13-year-old little girl at a VMA after party. You know, one of these Diddy diddler parties back in the day. And look, a lot of you all already know how I feel about the Diddy situation. Do I think he's guilty? Yes. But I don't know. I'm not really moved by a lot of the stuff that's coming out because I'm the type of person, I know a lot of you all are these type of people as well. I'm the type of person that's been trying to tell people for years that there's a lot of wicked, evil stuff going on in Hollywood and in the music industry. I've been telling people about these wild, weird parties for years. I know a lot of you all have as well. And hell, Diddy and the rest of Hollywood have been telling us about it themselves. It's not like it's been a big secret. So when I see a lot of the information coming out, I'm not really moved by it. Plus, I think a lot of these accusers that are coming forward, I think a lot of them are bogus. That's not me defending Diddy. That's not me saying that Diddy is innocent. I just think that we got a lot of clout goblins out here that are trying to attach themselves to this case for money, which is why a lot of these lawsuits and stuff are getting thrown out. I think a lot of people, when they read the information that's coming out about Diddy every day, a lot of people mistakenly assume that this is all a part of his criminal case that he has going on, but that's not the case at all. Unless I'm missing something here, for the most part, all of these updates that we get from the mainstream media every day, it's just another random person coming forward with a lawsuit. Listen, anyone could sue anyone could accuse anyone of anything, but once again, that's not me saying Diddy is innocent. I just think a lot of wackos and a lot of clout chasers and a lot of opportunists have been attracted to this story, and they're all hopping in, piling in with their own lawsuits, and in the long run, they're hurting the real victims. They're making it harder for the real victims to get their stories told and for them to get justice. But now, Jay-Z has been dragged into the situation, so let's go ahead and read this article really quickly. Jay-Z has been sued for drugging and R-wording a 13-year-old girl in a lawsuit tied to disgraced rapper Diddy, which the music mogul is calling a blackmail attempt. In the documents, Jay-Z is named by an anonymous accuser who says the rapper and Diddy drugged and R-worded her back in the year of 2000. The plaintiff, who is suing as Jane Doe, says that the alleged assault occurred at an after party following the MTV Video Music Awards. The accuser originally filed a lawsuit against Diddy in October, which she claimed the Bad Boy Records founder and an unnamed celebrity proceeded to assault her while an unnamed female watched. The accuser has since named Jay-Z as the other celebrity in the alleged assault, as she refiled her lawsuit against Diddy to include the Empire State of Mind rapper on Sunday. Jay-Z himself has responded to the lawsuit with a statement of his own. I want to go ahead and dive into that statement right now. My lawyer received a blackmail attempt called a demand letter from a lawyer named Tony Busby. What he had calculated was the nature of these allegations and the public scrutiny would make me want to settle. No, sir. It had the opposite effect. It made me want to expose you for the fraud you are in a very public fashion. So no, I will not give you one red penny. These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case. This lawyer, who I have done a bit of research on, seems to have a pattern of these type of theatrics. I have no idea how you have come to be such a deplorable human, Mr. Busby, but I promise you, I have seen your kind many times over. I am more than prepared to deal with your type. You claim to be a Marine? Marines are known for their valor. You have neither honor nor dignity. My only heartbreak is for my family. My wife and I will have to sit down with our children, one of whom is at the age where her friends will surely see the press and ask questions about the nature of these claims and explain the cruelty and greed of people. I mourn yet another loss of innocence. Children should not have to endure such at their young age. It is unfair to try to understand inexplicable degrees of malice meant to destroy families and human spirit. My heart and support goes out to true victims of the world, who have to watch how their story is dressed in costume for profitability by this ambulance chaser in a cheap suit. You have made a terrible error in judgment thinking that all celebrities are the same. I'm not from your world. I'm a young man who made it out of the project of Brooklyn. We do not play these types of games. We have a very strict code and honor. We protect children. You seem to exploit people for personal gain. Only your network of conspiracy theorists, fake psychics, will believe the idiotic claims you have levied against me that, if not for the seriousness surrounding harm to kids, would be laughable. I look forward to showing you just how different I am. Now, when I read this response from Jay-Z, boy oh boy, did it come quickly. It's like he didn't even aim, he shot straight from the hip. It's almost as if he already had this sitting in his notes in his iPhone. All he had to do was like insert lawyer name here. And this is not me accusing Jay-Z of doing this, although I wouldn't be surprised if he did. What I'm saying here is it just seems like Jay-Z was already ready. Just like how a lot of us were ready for Jay-Z to be named and be dragged into this, Jay-Z was ready as well. So I already got my response ready for you. Now, he also refers to himself as a young man, which, hey, I mean, okay, but you're like 55 years old. I wouldn't consider Jay-Z a young man anymore, but it is what it is. I will say this. This is not in defense of Jay-Z, but I will say this. In a lot of cases, you see these allegations come out towards people, and you see no response. I don't think there's a right or wrong way to go about it. If he says nothing, people will criticize him. If he says something, people will criticize him. I always think it's better to speak up. A lot of lawyers would suggest for you to be quiet, but in the day and age of social media, when things, spread like a wildfire, if someone comes forward with accusations like this and they're not true, then it's best to call it out. It's best to stand your ground. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying Jay-Z is innocent. I'm just saying that this tactic is better than sitting back quietly, allowing the internet to go crazy. If someone comes forward and tries to cancel me or comes forward spreading lies about me, I'm going to combat those lies. I'm not going to take lawyers' recommendations of sitting by quietly as people throw dirt on my name. But I do find this kind of interesting. I mean, once again, this is another one of those random lawsuits that are coming forward. And when I'm looking at a lot of these lawsuits, I just don't believe most of them. I don't believe most of the people that are coming forward. I think most of the real victims from these Diddy's parties, they're probably not even here anymore. A lot of them have already probably been disposed of. I don't think they're out here chilling on social media, having access to Twitter, having access to lawyers and stuff like that. No, they're probably chained up in a freaking basement somewhere. But in all reality, I think we're just in the day and age where we're going to start seeing a lot of prominent people, a lot of prominent figures are going to be taken down. And this is something that I pointed out months and months and even years ago, that we're going to enter into this stage. You saw what just happened with the CEO of United Healthcare. I think a lot of these prominent figures, a lot of these powerful people are going to be brought down one way or the other. And, once we saw Diddy go down, you knew it was only a matter of time before Jay-Z was next. But regardless of how you feel about this, if you think Jay-Z is guilty or not, or if you think maybe Jay-Z is guilty of doing things like this, but maybe this accuser is bogus, it doesn't matter really how you feel about it. I think we could all agree that at the very least, Jay-Z is taking a very different approach here, and I find it kind of interesting. Because Diddy kind of sat back, he allowed the accusations to pile up as he quietly tried to pay people off, and he basically opened up the floodgates. You paid one person off, now you got to pay another person, another person, another person. And now we got hundreds and hundreds of people coming forward with their hands out, and of course he's behind bars. Jay-Z is taking a different approach. He's like, I'm going to take a stand against the allegations right now. You want to try me, we'll battle it out in court, we'll do whatever. So regardless if he's guilty or not, this is a very different approach. I think this may shake things up a bit, and it could get interesting. Because I don't even think that Diddy is in the position right now to kind of fight back, whereas Jay-Z is. And hell, maybe some could say that Jay-Z being silent about his good friend Diddy and what he's going through this whole time, maybe that will backfire on him. Because one thing you can do is trace back, Jay-Z being at all of these Diddy parties, They were like, I don't want to say he was Diddy's right-hand man. I wouldn't put it like that. But these were two prominent figures in hip-hop who were always spotted together partying and what have you. So, of course, Jay-Z was going to be tied to this one way or the other. But I think it's going to be interesting watching how all of this plays out. Now, if you want me to be completely honest, I don't think much is going to come of this. I wish that Hollywood and the music industry would be exposed as a whole, but I don't think much is going to come of this. And to take it one step further, I don't know how much is going to come out of whatever's going on with Diddy. I don't think Diddy's... It's hard right now because we live in a different day and age where a lot of it is about the court of public opinion and not about the court of law. But right now, even though I know we got a lot of information piling up on Diddy, you got to remember, all of that is lawsuits that has nothing to do with his criminal case. And I wouldn't be surprised if Diddy gets off. But we're going to have to wait and see. And mind you, if he does, that's not to say he's innocent. I will be the first one to tell you that all of these people in Hollywood, in the music industry, all of these powerful people, most of them are wicked and evil. They worship Satan. They do a bunch of weird, wicked, evil stuff. I would be the first person to tell you that. I've been telling people that for years. I was labeled a conspiracy theorist for telling people that. Now all of this stuff is coming to the light and everyone's acting shocked and surprised as if their conspiracy theorist friends weren't telling them about stuff like this years ago. But for now, let me know your thoughts about this down below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next one.